Can I get a sound check from everyone? Taft, say 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 4.
All right.
This is the College Gamers Podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the College Gamers Podcast, the show about video games from college students who are poor and only survive on ramen. I am Mike. I am joined today, as usual, by our good man, the bearded host of the show, Taft.
What's up, Mike?
Nothing much. Just doing a podcast. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
That's good. We are also joined today by Adam. Hello, Adam.
See, the problem with your introduction with Taft is I also have a beard.
You have a neck beard,
I
though.
forgot.
He has a neck beard, though. It's not the same.
Me or him?
Him.
He's like a chin
No,
strap.
I shaved the part on my neck.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like on my.
So now it's,
looks
like
good
on the-
now.
so
It
now
looks
it's
good
just a
now.
chin strap?
Yeah. I have a neck beard. I have an
That's good.
intense neck beard. But we are also joined today by a very special guest, the one, the only, the host of the Geek Review podcast, another Mike. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Thank you very much, Mike. And just so you know you never met me, but I also have a beard also.
I was about to ask, what kind of facial
Oh,
hair
no.
do you have?
I'm actually growing out my goatee right now, and I haven't shaved in a couple weeks just because I've been out of a job, so no need to shave.
I understand, man. So I guess we're all hairy fellows today.
We're like men.
Exactly. So big news of the week this week. Gamescom happened over in Germany.
It did.
The good old EU before it falls apart into nothingness. Anyone have any kind of general thoughts? Are they impressed by what they saw? Are they disappointed?
Honestly, I didn't get to watch as much of it as I would like to, so I don't really have much of an opinion on it,
I got you.
unfortunately.
Mike, you had something?
Yeah, the stuff that I saw, I already pretty much saw at E3, even though they did add some more to it. It's just like, I already saw this at E3, so this isn't any surprise to me, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kind of what I get, the vibe I get from Gamescom is it is the hands-on version of E3. We're not getting trailers. I mean, we get new trailers, but it's a lot of gameplay. It's not more news. It's not new news. It's more news, you know?
See, for me, it's like somebody who is also big into like board games and card games and stuff like that. That's also really popular at Gamescom, and so I got a lot of news of that. And like Mike said, or other Mike, this is gonna get weird.
Just refer to me as Dino. I'm used to Dino. That's what
Dino?
I was called in high school.
All right. So as Dino said, the
Sounds like a gangster.
I know, right?
Actually.
Yeah, like some mafia.
Well, I am Italian, so...
Oh, there we go. Mike, watch what you say.
Oh, gosh. All right.
So, but like you said, there was a lot of repeat stuff from E3. So, like, there was some exciting stuff from the board game side, but not so much from the video game side, which is what we're here to talk about.
No, I mean, as a big fan of Assassin's Creed, Taft, did you see the Assassin's Creed
Of
stuff?
course, I saw the Assassin's Creed stuff.
Did you enjoy the rap? Did you see that?
I didn't see the rap. What?
No?
I didn't get to catch that conference, so I just watched a lot of the gameplay.
All right,
stuff.
boys. Give me 2 seconds. Talk for a little bit for me, Taft.
All right. So, what am I going to talk about, Mike? This is really awkward. Why are you going to do this to me? Why are you going to put me on the spot like this?
Because I actually last episode.
Did you record the freaking rap?
I
Okay.
took clips last week, and I am proud to say I got some of the rap.
Oh, Jesus.
And you weren't there. You weren't there to see it. But you know what? I'm gonna play it right now for
All
everyone. Adam and listeners, you probably already got a little bit of this, but I'm interested to hear what you say. Okay, so let's just make sure I don't blow everyone's ears out.
Sanctified be thy holy name.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, look, that beat though.
In the human frame.
Yeah, no, it was okay. Okay, I thought you were saying like there was like they did like
We got Kanye out there.
exactly, you know, like they like Ubisoft is like really bad about their E3 conferences and stuff like that. They're always super cringy, so I thought they might have done that at Gamescom too or something. So like, I was real scared. But no, I did hear that one.
Okay.
I think it fit the like gameplay and stuff that was shown.
Oh yeah, it was pretty awesome.
It was real intense.
Yeah, I loved it. I was like, that beat came in, and I was like, oh damn, what they
Yeah.
about to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. But
and then the fishing simulator with like the awesome trailer
yes,
music.
I don't know. You probably didn't hear this, Tap, but last week we talked about we talked about a fishing game. The trailer had this soundtrack that made it sound like the best like shooter game ever.
Really?
But it was just like some guy like fishing and pulling in fish.
I want y'all to know, fishing games are fun as crap, though.
Are they?
They
Are they?
really are. I used to have a fishing game for the Wii.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so fun.
Mike, are you a fan of fishing games? No? Did we lose him? Oh no.
Hello.
Oh, there he is. Hey, are you a fan?
Hey.
Are you a fan of fishing games?
Not in particular. I actually was thinking about getting a fishing game for my Oculus Rift, but then I was like, I probably would get bored of this real quick. So,
Yeah. Actually, Oculus Rift, I can see like sports games taking off.
No, it was really fun being able to like drive the boat and stuff. That was a big part of it. That was
Wait, you got to do that?
and at least in the one that I had.
Oh, this one was just like standing on a dock.
Oh, that's crap. Never mind. Screw that. Because like
well,
you could go.
is it a Final Fantasy one? Because I thought they were going to make a Final Fantasy fishing one as well.
No, this was actually they are, but last week we talked about this another like pro like fisher simulator, and they had this really badass, like probably one of my favorite soundtracks ever from a trailer. And I made Adam guess what the game was. He thought it was some awesome shooter, but instead it was fishing simulator.
But see, I knew it wasn't.
Oh, is our internet taking?
What happened?
I don't know. I think he's crapping out. He's been disconnecting,
Oh my God.
reconnecting.
Did we
It's
lose
okay.
Oh,
him?
did I cut out?
Yeah, you cut out. What'd you think it was?
Yeah, you did, man.
That's an. But see, like as soon as you played it, we'd done that before. I knew it wasn't gonna be what it sounded like.
Yeah. Anyway, well, hey, let's move into the news because we got stuff to talk about.
And now for the news.
All right, let's see what we starting off with this week. All right, boys, we have.
I just got to say one thing. That was friggin' awesome. I
Thank
wish
you.
I had something like that on my audio stuff.
Thank you. I'm very proud of my bumpers. This week, let's start off with some Half-Life 3. Now, be warned, this is probably not the news you're looking for. I'm sorry, everybody. Also, spoiler alert. This does talk about the possible Half-Life 2 Episode 3 plot. If you don't want to be spoiled, like, in any way possible.
Oh, it's Half-Life 2 Episode 3. I thought it was Half-Life 3.
No, well...
Is there a difference?
No, I don't think they were going to ever make a Half-Life 3. They were going to make an Episode 3.
Okay.
So, all right, spoilers, like, speed up like 2 minutes. So what we got was there was a employee who worked at Valve for 2 decades. His name is Mark Laidlaw, and he left Valve back in 2016. He's been working there since like the 90s or something. And he did a lot of writing for Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2. He worked on the episodes. And shortly after quitting, he wrote this short story entitled like Episode 3. And he told this story about Gertrude Fremont and Alex Vaught, who people are theorizing were stand-ins for Gordon Freeman and Alex Vance. And it talks about them going to Antarctica, and it draws a lot of parallels to what we thought Episode 3 was going to look like. And in fact, the story that it tells matches a lot of the art that leaked from Valve.
Really?
Yes. So we're thinking maybe this was that he's kind of telling us a story. He called his short story a gender swap snapshot of a dream he had many years ago.
Okay.
So rumor has it that this was Episode 3, and it looks like it's never gonna happen because like we're getting the story now. So I don't know. Mike, I'm assuming you're a Half-Life fan. I'm not sure.
Actually, I never played Half-Life. I've played Portal. I played what was the other one? Team Fortress 2, but I never actually played Half-Life. I never got into it. I've watched some game footage of it, but I never played it. So,
Okay, so you're not too disappointed about not getting Episode 3?
no, I really, honestly, I don't care. I'm more excited. I'm more excited about the new Assassin's Creed game coming out compared to Half-Life 3.
I totally agree.
Am I the only one who's kind of bummed that we're not getting Episode 3?
I mean, I'm kind of bummed for like the gaming community and as a whole because
At this point, at this point, there's no way that game could ever live up to what we wanted it to be.
That, but also like I feel like Valve made some really great games like Portal, Half-Life, and Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
And if we don't get a Half-Life, the chances of us a Half-Life 3, the chances of us getting either a Portal 3 or a Left 4 Dead 3 is none.
I think if anything, Left 4 Dead 3 is going to happen.
Really, I think Portal 3 would happen first.
I can see that.
I really think Portal would actually happen first before Left 4 Dead, honestly.
Why do you think that? Yeah, y'all discuss. Why do y'all think Half-Life 3? I mean, Portal 3.
Dino, you want to go first?
Oh, Dino. Forgot. I got to remember to call you Dino.
It doesn't matter. And it just seems like because in the last game they had that 2-player co-op campaign that you can do, and I would actually they're probably even going to expand on that. Maybe can get like 3rd or 4th player in there and make the puzzles more and more complicated. Depending on how many people you have, and so you can enjoy it more with a bunch of friends compared to just you yourself or just one other person that happens to be in a room. So, and honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if they came out with like Team Fortress 3 compared to the other one. Yeah,
I can see Team Fortress 3 because shooters are becoming so big right now, especially with Overwatch exploding. There was something, I guess Battleborn kind of tanked, but I think
Battleborn is just kind of like a ripoff of Overwatch, though, isn't it?
So, real fun fact, real quick.
Okay.
I found this out today when I was doing research for one of the articles that I have in here. Battleborn only has less than 100 players currently playing it right now.
Wow.
Oh no,
Less than 100.
Here's the issue. First of all, it got swamped by Overwatch.
Yeah.
Second of all,
shat on by Overwatch.
it's like Overwatch and Borderlands had a baby.
Yeah.
That's why I think of that game.
Yeah.
And
I'd agree.
I think Borderlands fans just want another Borderlands game. But bringing it back to Team Fortress is making strides toward esports. They've added a competitive version. I think they're kicking themselves in the butt right now because they didn't get on that sooner. Because everyone's going for esports right now because that's the big thing. And I think Valve wants to be in there, but Dota 2 is obviously, I think they're a big competitor, but I think they want Team Fortress to go competitive as well. So I can see a Team Fortress 3 with competitive play integrated because I think maybe that'll give them a new way to revamp the game. But I kind of have to agree. I think, if anything, Valve's going to make a new Team Fortress.
See, I would say...
dude.
I
totally see that.
I would say Portal because I feel like right now where they're, I don't think that they're gonna do a Team Fortress anytime soon. Because I feel like we got Team Fortress 2 down on lock.
Yeah,
like I mean, I could definitely see them eventually doing one.
It doesn't need a graphics upgrade.
And I just don't think that that's the priority. If they were to make a game, I don't think that'd be their priority. I think Portal would be, just solely for the fact that Portal is, besides Team Fortress, I would say their best selling one.
Yeah,
and most popular one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one that's like, hey, we want to make some money because at this point, that's all I think Valve is a money grab scheme. So that's why they haven't made Half-Life 3 and other games like that. So because they're like, selling games is where the real money's at.
Yeah, no, they just want Steam. Like,
exactly.
All the developers are now working on Steam, and if they could just make a better UI for Steam, I think everyone would be happier.
So I think that Portal would be the route they'd go through solely for the fact that they would make more money off that.
I got you.
It's kind of funny because people are still going back and playing Team Fortress 2. And I know Overwatch is big now. I play on my Xbox, and I just got back into it because they have a new character that loaded up into it. But then I go on YouTube and I just search Overwatch and Team Fortress characters, and you see all these rap battles, and I have to laugh because I'm like, there's a lot of similarities between these two, but they're very popular, and I personally like them both. So,
and I mean, you can always give Overwatch some crap because they have the streaming healer. Torbjorn's kind of a ripoff of the engineer, in a way, because he has the turrets. He doesn't have 3 levels of turrets, but parallels can always be drawn because that's the genre of the games. But let's move on actually to Bethesda and a Game of Thrones project.
Yes,
Taft, I know you just have an erection automatically.
Exactly. Like, All right. So anybody who has never listened to the podcast before, because if you've listened to the podcast before, you know I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan.
Hell yeah.
So, Game of Thrones and Bethesda actually for Skyrim, like before Skyrim came out, there was a talk between the people, between like some people from Game of Thrones. I don't know who it was, and Bethesda to try and turn Skyrim into a Game of Thrones video game.
What?
But they turned that down because they wanted to stick with the Elder Scrolls genre, stick in that world and stuff like that. But recently, on a Target like featured product page kind of thing, there was a item labeled as like it's like the back road. It's like it was accidentally put up kind of thing. Bethesda Game of Thrones. That's all it says. That's it. There's not like you click on it, nothing happens, but it's there.
Okay.
And so this is also one that leaked a couple video games like last year.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what video games they were. I could actually find that out real quick and then find it. Yeah, they leaked Fallout and Elder Scrolls.
Okay.
So like on this Target page before, so like they've had some problems.
No, wait. Target. Target leaks shit all the time.
I know.
Target's a sinking boat with how many leaks they have.
I know, dude. It's great. I love Target. And so, so the idea is like, okay, Bethesda and Game of Thrones probably gonna be a video game and an RPG because Bethesda is the king of open world RPGs, basically.
Oh hell yeah!
Just massive open world, and with a world like the World of Ice and Fire, where Game of Thrones is set, that would just be an excellent game because you already have the lore and the like everything built into it already. So it'd just be really cool that to be able to play in that, especially. And I think it would do excellent as an actual game because of the number of fans. I mean, Game of Thrones is the #1 TV show, like one of the biggest TV shows of all time. I think it might be the most popular TV show of all time.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it behind it now.
So imagine, and like people are dedicated to this, and it also people who don't like the books and don't like the TV show have the books. So like there's an even bigger base out there that is really hard to record.
Yeah.
So just that's a lot of people buying this game.
It already okay. One of the things I love about Skyrim and Elder Scrolls is the lore. If you could apply the massive backlog of lore, from Game of Thrones.
So last weekend was Josie's birthday, which is one part of the reasons I had to like reschedule with the recording and stuff like that. Well, I got her for her birthday. I got her this book called The World of Ice and Fire. Okay. It's basically an encyclopedia.
Okay, be
of
honest.
Game of Thrones
Was that present for you or for her?
It was a combination. She's just as big into it. She's just as big into it as I am.
Okay.
So, but it's a huge book. And lore is ridiculous when it comes to Game of Thrones. Like George R. R. Martin, like just has he created a world. Yeah. And it's quite literally a world. Like, it's got histories that go back thousands of years. It's great.
All right, curious. This is a little off topic. How does that story compare, like the depth of that story compared to like Lord of the Rings?
More in depth lore-wise.
Okay.
Significantly more. There's a lot, like...
Game of Thrones?
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of, like, the, like, making of the world and stuff like that in the, what's called in Lord of the Rings, but we know everything that's happened in Lord of the Rings, and it's more fantasy and stuff like that. And the fact that we know everything that's happened, whereas Game of Thrones, like there's recorded history, and you have all that recorded history. So like every king, every like ruler of a house, we know all that stuff. But there are certain
then
things.
they rattle off all their achievements and everything, and you're sitting there for 5 minutes listening to them say whatever it is. So
exactly.
Yeah, Mike, Dino, sorry. I'm just gonna switch it up the rest of the show. Are you a fan of Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah. I am. I'm actually waiting for it to go on in about 30 minutes.
Yeah. The reason that we were recording at this time was because I told Mike that we had to record earlier because the season finale was tonight.
Oh, is it? All right.
Isn't it the last season as well?
No,
like they're not making any more after this.
There's one season left after this, and the episode it's only gonna be 6 episodes instead of the 7 that it was this time, and it's going to be hour and a half to 2 hour episodes though, which is gonna be really
movies.
nice. Yeah, exactly, feature length episodes, which could be really cool.
Well, speaking of,
it's going to be awesome.
I know, I'm so pumped.
Speaking of awesome, what do y'all, Mike? Dino. What would you think of a Game of Thrones like Elder Scrolls?
Honestly, I played Elder Scrolls. I liked it. I have it on my Xbox, and I also have it on my PC. And the reason why I got it on my PC is so that I can add to it, like get different mods for it and everything. And honestly, I looked up just even Game of Thrones mods, and there was so many that came up. I was like, I cannot download every single one of these things, or else my game will break.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, no, I'm a lore junkie. I love games of deep lore. If Game of Thrones gave me that,
Dude, I think it would be it's just so set up for it already.
Yeah.
It's just so set up for an epic fantasy RPG.
it just takes a little tweaking of the Elder Scrolls, stories, change up the characters and everything, and you pretty much have Games of Thrones already.
Yeah, it's true.
okay, I can't help think that maybe a little bit of Witcher would play well.
Oh yeah.
Because of all the sex scenes in Witcher.
Yep.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, if you could do a Witcher / like Elder Scrolls style RPG, that would be the ultimate Game of Thrones RPG.
I gotcha.
And that would be
There's
the
mods
ultimate
for
RPG.
Skyrim for that.
Oh yeah. That's a dark corner of the modding community I haven't been down.
You mean the second page?
Actually, they're on the first, to be honest. Let's move on to Dragon Ball Z, a game that looks absolutely gorgeous. What is this about a blue Goku, Adam? What's happening?
His hair's blue.
Yeah, do you not know? You probably don't watch Dragon Ball Super, do you?
No.
I know what it is. But I don't even watch it. I already know.
Isn't that like the God mode?
Yeah. So in we first see this in the 2 movies that came out, but then they just integrated the movies into the series. So in Dragon Ball Super, I guess mild spoilers here if you don't want to hear this. There's this thing called Super Saiyan God because they introduced the concept of deity. The Destroyer God comes to Earth. So they do this thing that basically lets Goku become a Super Saiyan God and is almost able to match him. Eventually, he's able to tap into that power himself and take it even further. So it's officially titled Super Saiyan Blue because it's like a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan.
Okay.
That's
Like
ridiculous.
it's really ridiculous and more complicated than it needs to be.
How many Super Saiyans do we have now? We have 1, 2, 3, and then ape version, right?
Which is 4.
I think there's like 4 or 5 versions of Super Saiyan at this moment.
God.
Awesome.
Like, I feel like you always think Goku can't get stronger, but then he does.
Yeah, they naps more.
Yeah, they train for like, I don't know, 5-10 episodes, and then also they're at a different level altogether.
Okay, real quick though, who would win in a fight, Goku or One Punch Man?
One Punch Man.
Saitama.
One Punch Man.
I want to go Goku because I've never seen One Punch Man.
What?
But it sounds like I'm being overruled here, so I will say One Punch Man.
You need to watch One Punch
Dude,
Man.
he is crazy.
It's amazing. It's like it's almost like a satire on like the traditional anime like
Is it?
ideas.
Well, is it about like a Canadian artist, right?
I don't think so.
Or is it an American? Is it an American?
I don't know, but
Comic?
it's
no,
just
it's
really
a Japanese artist. If you take a look at some of the scenes, it matches up to some areas in Japan.
Oh,
So-
wow.
Funny. So yeah, you just like watch it. It's only like 12 episodes that are hour and a half, not hour and a half, or a half hour long.
Mm.
Yeah, they have a season 1 out. They're going to be coming out with a season 2 soon.
Like I'm not an anime fan at all, and I love that show.
I gotcha. Well, it sounds like I have some homework to do after the show. Adam, was that all just Blue Saiyan Goku man?
Let's see. Yeah, at Gamescom, Bandai Namco, they gave us a trailer, and these are going to be 2 separate characters. Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta aren't going to be like transformations. Like they're going to be their own separate characters, I believe.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
are they going to be like a stronger character, or are they just going to be like he looks really cool?
The skin.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be stronger because they're basically where is it here? Yeah, they get we got some footage of like their combos and stuff. They get a few new combos, and they have like superpowered versions of their old moves. So like Goku has like an ultra powered Kamehameha, and Vegeta has an ultra powered Gallic gun. That
Hopefully, if they make them overly complicated to use, because then it'll just be a broken game otherwise.
Yeah. Hopefully they're not too powerful. What was that, Adam?
what do you mean?
Oh, yeah. Were you about to say something?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
The only other thing on this is that's really all we got was the trailer, and we know that you can get them either by unlocking them, or you can instantly get them if you pre-order the game. So that they're just giving people more incentive to buy it now.
Pay the win. It's pay the win, boys. Raise that pay the win flag.
Shocker.
Pay to play, pay to play.
I mean, I would hope they wouldn't. I mean, they're probably not going to be like overpowered, because then like they'd be the only one unless you like another favorite.
Yeah. No, I got you. All right. Well, if that's it, we're gonna move on.
Basically, because yeah, the roster's still pretty small. It's only 13. I have a list of characters there you can look at. We actually do get a release date with the US.
And what is it?
So it releases in Europe February 2018. So I guess it wouldn't be too much after that for the US, like maybe another month or two, if that. But we still don't have anything official, and it's still going to be on PC. And if you have a PS4, Xbox One, you can register for the closed beta, which will start on September 16th.
Cool. All right. Well, good job, everyone. Go get your blue Goku. Go pay to win. Let's move on to Blizzard.
What? Blizzard news from Mike?
No.
Oh my god.
These accusations are false. How dare you? So
I was surprised to actually see this in here.
I'm a Blizzard fanboy, so of course we were going to talk about this.
You told me you played a lot of Blizzard games. I just can't believe you would add this in the show notes.
It's okay. You know, I have high hopes for this. Okay.
It's like me bringing up something about Assassin's Creed in this show. Like, come on, dude.
All right.
Or me with Nintendo.
All right. We get the point. Let me talk. So Blizzard is going to be changing how Mercy works this completely.
Well, it's already in the PTR right now, right?
Yeah, it's already in PTR. But just so everyone knows, Mercy's in the live game, Mercy's ult is a res. It just reses all the heroes in a certain radius. 5-man reses often get you play the game, but they are removing resurrection. Instead, they are going to give you it's called Valkyrie, and the way it works is that it basically it's like I think of it as a nano boost for Mercy, but it is a bit more than that. So just so you know, Resurrect isn't going away. In fact, it's being added as a secondary ability for Mercy that's going to be, first of all, it can only target single heroes and has a very long cooldown, so you can't just res people over and over again. But the way her ult works is it buffs her staff and healing, also adds an area of effect for her healing beam. So anyone around the person you're healing also gets healed.
It's a chain effect, if I remember correctly.
Okay. That's going to be kind of cool. It reminds me of chain healing from Shamans and WoW. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, it's not just like an area effect. It's you literally got to be chained together in order for it to work.
So is it like it chains to the closest person and the closest person to them?
Yeah. It basically, like, if I'm healing Reinhardt,
okay,
and the next person closest to me is Sombra, it'll connect to Sombra.
That's cool.
Or that's how I'm understanding it.
That's pretty cool. I like that. It also buffs your blaster. It gives you infinite ammo and increasing damage and rate of fire. That's pretty cool. I'm thinking they're just kind of embracing the Battle Mercy at this point. It also gives you Guardian Angel, which increases your range and movement speed. It decreases Resurrect cooldown to 10 seconds. And my favorite thing ever, it gives you Hover, which means you can fly and not Pharah fly, like up and down, bounce around. Like you just fucking fly anywhere you want to go.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's just so overpowered. Just like Battle Mercy flying. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of players now from the PTR and actually even the Overwatch community are now calling her a DPS instead of a healer.
That's hilarious.
Dude, I've seen footage and people are rocking with her right now. They're
Really?
going to so fix her after they launch it.
They do that with everyone. After someone gets a big change, they kind of keep her in the game a little stronger, right? And they nerf her later.
Well, they did that with Diva. They freaking changed her twice over now.
Yeah, but from what I understand, Diva's been a headache for the development team. But okay, it sounds like you have some strong feelings about this change, Dino. What are you pro or are you pro Mercy change?
It's hard to say because first of all, I like to play Mercy. I don't get a lot of chances to play Mercy because my idiot teammates always run off, and then I have to heal them as a group. So I usually play as Lucio. But so I like the whole thing about the staff and the chain healing. I don't like this whole thing about the individual resurrection, but it makes much more sense, especially when you're running around and you're healing your teammates and one person dies. You don't have to waste your ultimate on resing one person or waiting for that 5-team res. You can just keep hitting the people so they keep coming back onto the field. So, and I'm surprised they didn't even implement the whole flying thing originally.
Well, she already kind of flies because of her.
She hovers, she floats.
Yeah,
And
if you use that right with the Pharah, you can kind of like get some distance, but it is not full flight. You're right.
It's so like I'm happy about some of the changes, not all the changes though. Like even the blaster, honestly, I don't even see a reason why she has to have a blaster, but compared to the other healers in the game like Zenyatta, Lucio, and Ana, they have some form of weapon that they could use, but their weapon is also their healing device as well. Like Zenyatta has his orbs, and he doesn't have to change to that weapon. Ana has her sniper rifle; she can use it to heal and to do damage. And Lucio, the sound that he's generating, it does automatic healing, and he has his weapon on hand. So maybe if they implemented something within the staff to be quote unquote used as a weapon. And I know in before they announced Ana, there was this thing where they had, of course it was just like a fake thing, but Torbjorn drew up Ana's rifle, and one of the notes was from Mercy, and she's like, I don't appreciate my staff being turned into a weapon.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the whole thing. She doesn't really like to use her weapon. That's why she's using a staff. So,
well, I think two things to address here is a common practice for Mercies I find are if things are looking grim, they avoid combat and wait for that 5-man res. I think that has two cons. One is that the Mercy is in the fight, and as a teammate, that can be frustrating because like I could have lived if I had healing in certain situations. Second, a 5-man res, and Jeff Kaplan talked about this, 5-man reses are not fun to play against. You use all your ults, you cleared the point, you're feeling good about yourself, and you hear that heroes never die, and you just rip the headphones out because you're just pissed because you put so much work into killing that team and now they're gone. And that's no fun for me if I just killed everybody because that feels like a lot of my work was wasted. And if I'm on the other team, I'm like, oh, well, where was this Mercy 5 minutes ago when we needed her? So I like that a resurrection is important for her kit. Mercy would not be Mercy without resurrection. So I'm glad they're keeping it. And I kind of like what they did. I think individual reses are going to be nice because you can be more strategic. Solo reses obviously aren't going to feel so bad if you can only res one person. So, exactly,
like if you really need that Reinhardt compared to a Sombra out on the field, you can res him, and then you can get to Sombra in just a little bit in 20 seconds.
Yeah, and in a fast-paced shooter, 20 seconds, 10 seconds is already a long time. 20 seconds is that the full regular cooldown? 20 seconds.
I think it is 20 seconds, but then in her Guardian Angel mode, her ult, it's shortened to like 10.
Yeah.
So you can pretty much spam that anyway.
But 20 seconds that's a long time in a shooter,
it's even 10 seconds. I know on one of the games, Titanfall, just those last couple of seconds before I even get my Titan, I'm sweating bullets because I'm like, I'm on this point, I need to keep it captured, or I'm doing this, I need to keep alive so that I can drop my Titan in and really clear out this point or something. So,
yeah. And the second thing to address is I like that they're giving her more damage or more incentives to do damage, because I think of all the healers out there, I think Mercy does the least damage. Like you said, Ana has her rifle. Zenyatta has his orbs. I mean, Symmetra should just be a DPS character. We should just all admit it, because her beam does stupid amount of damage. And I think Mercy's there with like, it is inconvenient to switch to your pistol because you can't heal simultaneously, you know? So
exactly. Maybe if they changed up her kit a little bit, not totally getting rid of the blaster, maybe changing the blaster to something more like Anna's speed, where it does heal, but it also does damage as well.
So kind of maybe a Symmetra beam, where if you target an ally, it heals. But if you target an enemy, it does damage. That could be a possible fix, because you don't have to switch weapons. Yeah. So I think doing more damage as Mercy is going to be good, because it's going to bring her up with all the other heroes, because she doesn't really get a lot of competitive play. I heard she's like one of the worst healers to play competitively.
Yeah, because you're only able to target one person at a time, you know, compared to Lucio or even Zenyatta. Zenyatta, you can pretty much spam that healing orb on everybody. And Lucio, he does that group heal, and you're pretty much set. I know Anna is just, she has at least that grenade that does that group heal also. It's like Mercy, she's very limited to what she could do. And honestly, I kind of consider myself a Mercy main, because I like to play as Mercy. But I don't find the opportunities to play as her, because, again, I'm trying to run around and try to heal everybody, and sometimes they're grouped together, they're all damaged, and I'm like, I can't heal all of you at once, so one at a time.
Please, everyone, please line up for healing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, if I'm just gonna be curious how the community, because they just killed Roadhog, so I hope Mercy bounces back, and I think this is gonna be good. People don't
you
like
hope they
change.
show her mercy.
Oh my god.
Kick him off.
My God.
All right,
Kick him
Adam,
off
you're not allowed back.
Mute him, mute him.
No. I think it's going to be a good change, and I think they'll eventually get around to liking it. I'm really curious. My girlfriend mains Mercy. She has over 100 hours on Mercy, and she's like, oh no, I have to find another character to play. So I'm going to see how she does. Let's move on to Bethesda again. Bethesda, very popular.
Yeah.
It seems to be a very popular video game company.
This isn't so much like a Bethesda game, though. It's just a Bethesda published game. So, a game that I was a really big fan of when it first came out is actually now coming on to Steam as free to play. It's a game that really freaking flopped, but
it flopped hard, man.
It flopped real hard, but it's really fun.
Super hard.
The game that I'm talking about is Brink.
Okay, I saw this, and I was like, I never played Brink.
I love Brink.
So an hour before the show, I installed it.
Love it.
On Steam.
It's fun.
And like 20 minutes before the show, I was like, oh shit, I forgot about the time change. So I quickly had to get off. But I'm excited. After the show, I'm going to play a little bit.
Yeah, no, I see why it flopped, but it's fun.
I never played it. I played it, I think, at Alex's house,
Yeah.
a friend of ours. And at the time, I think people were drawing a lot of parallels to Call of Duty. Like, why did it flop so hard?
The damage system was really skewed.
What do you mean?
That was my biggest
really
problem.
wacky too. I know from my experience with it, you know, they have the free running and everything, and it's not that I don't appreciate that, but then, like he said, the damage system was really off. It was not really tuned right.
So what it was is you had 3 different classes of people basically, and then you had their like classes that they could be. Or like anybody could be any class, but then you had like 3 different size of players. You had your smallest one, your medium sized one, and then your heavies. Your heavies obviously had the most health. They had twice as much as the lowest person.
Okay.
So, but they couldn't do they couldn't do free running really. All they could really do was like vault over something or slide under something. That was it.
Okay.
Then you had your medium people who could like climb up stuff better, and they had medium health.
Balance of both.
Yeah, a little bit of both. And then you had your light people who would get destroyed. Like really easy kill. But real fast, could run on walls and stuff like that. They were actually my favorite person to play with because I really enjoy the movement.
Yeah.
But then by choosing your class and your size, you also were limited to what weapons you could choose.
Oh.
The big guys could carry any weapon they wanted. Medium guys couldn't carry a heavy weapon.
Mm-hmm.
The smaller guys could only carry a pistol and a submachine gun.
Okay.
And that was it. And then headshots were barely any more extra damage than a body shot.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah, it was just really bad. Like the damage distribution was absolutely the worst.
Interesting. Okay. I can understand that. That sounds like a bitch to balance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that sounds like a bitch to balance.
Yeah, no,
it really was.
Yeah.
And I like the whole aspect of having that free roaming because I think the only other game that's really out there and it's one planar is like Call of Duty, Battlefield, Gears of War. It's all just kind of like on that one level. They added another level to it, but the damage system was all whacked out. So
I think Titanfall did it well. Titanfall had the free running and stuff like that.
Titanfall is liquid, like smooth movement.
Exactly. And Brink had really good movement.
Yeah.
Really, really good movement. Like you honestly, all you had to do was look where you wanted to go, and you went there basically. And so that was really good. And I think that it really kind of set like a groundwork for like shooters with parkour.
Yeah.
If it had done better, but it didn't. So that didn't become very popular. But
Sounds like they wanted to add too much with the movement on top of the different classes.
yeah, they were going for too much at one time. But
they were doing too much for the technology at that time. So
Exactly.
everything's was kind of linear at that time.
But yeah, but I will say it does still to this day, still 6 years later,
Okay.
still have 5 times the number of people playing Lawbreakers and Battleborn combined.
That is unbelievable.
Wait, hold up. Lawbreakers took a flop?
Lawbreakers has been a flop. They only have 430 people playing right now.
Didn't they just release?
Oh my
August
God.
6th.
Yeah, they do. They just released.
They
that's
they
not
released
good.
August 6th.
That's because Overwatch
Or August
is killing
8th, I'm
it.
sorry. But so that game's coming out on Steam for free. And it has a few DLC packs, and you can pick them up from anywhere between like $1 and $2.
I got you. And it's free right now. Like, it's released right now.
Yeah,
I've already
it
installed
is
it.
out.
Yeah. What was that, do you know?
They're $1 each, the DLCs.
Are they?
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Well, let's move on to a game that I really enjoy. PlayerUnknown's Battleground. During Gamescom, we got a peek at the new Battlegrounds, or the new map. The new Battleground, that kind of works as well. It's going to be the desert map, and we only have a few photos right now, but it looks like a hellhole. So, from what I understand, the map itself is much smaller than the current island we play on now. And what makes this map so dangerous is that it is a majority of the map, from what I understand, is a dense city. And I'm seeing like 8-story buildings. Like there's a lot. It's a lot more denser than the other maps, and that's gonna sounds like snipers are gonna be a bitch and shotguns are gonna be a bitch. So I'm hyped for this. They apparently have 2 maps in the game, 2 maps in development. The desert one, which is what we're seeing right now, also a snow map. I'm excited for because I like frosty, snowy areas. And we don't have a lot, but I'm excited.
Sounds like it's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bitch watching all those windows, but it sounds like fun. And I wonder if we're going to have to choose the maps or if it's gonna be randomly selected.
Well, how do they do it now?
Right.
Because you guys just introduced me last week to this, and I only played a couple rounds, and that was it.
Right now, there's only one map. That island is the only map.
Really? Okay, so yeah, because that's a massive map. I know the last game I played, I was placed 30th, and I didn't see anybody else. I only got 1 kill, and it was just for me camping one spot.
Yeah.
Then I got shot in the back of the head when I was running to the new location.
Yeah. This map's going to be, from what I understand, a fourth of that size. So it's going to be dense.
That's good night.
That is packed.
Holy crap!
But because of all the buildings, it has a lot more vertical space, and I think those, like the open areas surrounded by tall buildings, are going to be very dangerous. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and those buildings are going to have they're going to be crazy for
That's
combat.
gonna be fun.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be infested with people.
Dude, snipers are going to be everywhere. Submachine
Snipers
guns.
and like they're gonna have their partner with them with a shotgun, just sitting at the door. Like,
Oh, yeah. But again, we don't have a lot, but I'm hyped. Let's move on to Final Fantasy.
yes. So, Final Fantasy 15 is getting a DLC coming out real soon.
All right.
That is like near and dear to my heart because it brings in an Assassin's Creed themed festival
Wait, in the Final Fantasy?
into Final Fantasy.
I didn't know they had a.
Wait, what?
They don't. They have no connection whatsoever. They like Ubisoft and Square Enix were just like, let's do this. Let's just go for it, and so the update brings a limited time Assassin's Creed themed festival to Final Fantasy 15. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of people walking around in like Assassin's robe and Templar armor. It just looks really cool.
That sounds awesome,
Your
man.
character can actually wear Assassin's robes, and you can even get you can wear for them from like all the games, and then you can even get the Master Assassin's robes through the Moogle Chocobo Carnival, which
This is so random.
which was returned recently, and it runs through September. So if you get this soon, and then get the egg,
Yeah.
then you'll because there's an overlap between those two festivals during September. So if you play during September and get the egg, you can also get the Assassin's Creed Master Robes. You can also, it brings in a bunch of like new mini games and stuff that look like you kind of for anybody who's played Assassin's Creed 2, like the Carnivale mini games where you had to go and like do certain things like running and racing and stuff.
Oh, that was fun, man.
Exactly. It looks like it brings in a lot of those.
Yeah.
And you can even free run. Like you can even Assassin's Creed parkour.
This is so out of the blue, and there's
I know.
there's so much work done on it.
Exactly. I think you'll only probably
It
be able to
is
do that in the
totally random.
festival. You'll probably only be able to run like that in the festival, but
yeah.
if not, Final Fantasy 15 just got a whole lot better.
Dude, when
And then
when did this friendship start?
I know, right?
This is so weird.
They're even bringing in a bunch of
Well-
like smaller copies of the whatever the name of the car from Final Fantasy 15 is.
Yeah.
They're bringing some of those in that way you can like run over them and stuff. And,
Oh my gosh, that sounds like so much
Uh,
fun.
That is crazy. It sounds like something they did with what's it, Soul Calibur. They brought in
Ezio.
yeah,
they brought
Ezio,
in
and I
Darth
was
Vader.
totally out of left field. I'm like, why did you even do that? So
Yeah.
The genres aren't really the same either.
I know it's not even close.
They're RPGs.
I guess so. Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, but so the Assassin's Creed Festival begins on August 31st and will run until June. I can't freaking speak. One of those J months, the one that's at the very beginning, January.
All right.
January.
It'll run through January 31st, 2018, and a free update will arrive at the end of this month on both PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It's not known if this will be like a repetitive thing, or even if it'll come to what's called PC.
Oh yeah.
But it's definitely going to be on PlayStation and Xbox next month.
Just so you know, today's show title will be one of those J months.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Yeah. And that's so random. You know what? I wonder if they just know they have a lot of overlapping fans.
Probably.
Like they must know something we don't.
Probably. Yeah.
Because it's probably not
They're probably
random.
looking at the numbers and they're like, Jesus.
Why do we have so many overlapping fans?
I really hope they
Yeah.
just got like a group of people. They just asked like a bunch of random people, like, "Hey, like, what would you guys think about this?" And they all went, "Fucking yes!"
Everybody in office like, fuck yeah. What? Why didn't you do this sooner?
I didn't know this is on day one development.
Yes,
That's so funny. Well, I hope it turns
You
out
kidding
fun.
me? I've already been drawing this for the past 6 months.
I can finally use all my fan fiction.
I was about to say, did you find my fanfic? Like,
All right, let's move on to our last piece of news this week is Call of Duty World War II.
That is correct, and you will. I found this, and I was just thinking that you'd enjoy this, Mike.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
usually
jeez.
in Call of Duty, the final kill of the round, like, was like you 360 no scope someone across the map, or you just like stab them in the back, literally. That's not going to be the case anymore. So what they're going to be doing with this is instead they're going to be doing an Overwatch style kind of play of the game thing.
What?
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
That
this?
sounds so stupid.
That sounds horrid.
What is this? All right, you know what? You gotta give it a chance. We might get some really awesome YouTube videos out of this, but that's probably about it.
I don't even think we'll get that great of YouTube videos out of it.
It's already Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I gotcha. You know what? Hey, the best compliment is someone copying you. So
Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
there we go. That's a better way of saying what I just said.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna use that line from now on.
I mean, that's the line.
Oh yeah. See, Taft actually knows these quotes.
That's why you keep me around.
Yeah, they even say in this mode that the hope with this new system is that they'll see fewer unexciting or unimportant kills. So, they were just so tired of like the last ones being bland. That's like the only reason they give for giving a play of the game style thing.
A Claymore,
God.
some shit like that.
Exactly.
That's funny. That's awesome.
Yeah, you will not be able to do this in war mode, however, and that's one of the new features of the game.
Oh really? That's weird.
Yeah, they get features called War Mode, a division system which will replace the Pick 10 create a class thing, and Headquarters Social Space, which until the full game launches. We just got a sneak peek of these in the beta.
Nice. When does that beta start again?
It's currently ongoing for PS4 until tomorrow, so by the time anyone listens to this, it'll be over. However, there will be another one for both PS4 and Xbox One, first through fourth. You need a code for both, however, and you can either get that by pre-ordering the game, or you have to have a Comcast Xfinity internet.
Oh, stupid Comcast.
What? Wow, so you already get suckered into buying the game regardless if you liked it or not.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it can't hurt because the last game was Infinite Warfare, so
That's
this is guaranteed to be better.
They can only go up.
That's what we said about the last one.
No.
That's what we said about Ghost.
Look, after the second Ghost, it stopped playing it and switched to Battlefield.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I think that's what a lot of people did.
See, I like Call of Duty more. I just like the feel of it more.
No, I can see that. It's a lot. I think it's more fast paced than Battlefield.
I like them both.
I
but-
totally agree with that, you know?
Mhm.
But the main issue I find with Call of Duty is just like, not that it's fast paced, but it gets so boring. Like Battlefield, it's such huge maps and everything. You never know what's really going to happen, and the interaction with the environment, things getting destroyed and everything. And Call of Duty, yeah, you can shoot through a wall, but you're not going to shoot the wall down.
Yeah,
So,
and see, I think that might be my thing. I think the maps in Battlefield are too big.
I can see that, but I would argue they're two different styles.
Yeah, they are two very different styles
shooter.
of game. They're both first-person shooters, but one of them's like I'm gonna be on a team, but I'm gonna go out and get as many kills as I possibly can, but not care about my team.
Yeah.
Whereas Battlefield, I feel like you have to like kind of work with your team to get kills and
You can make
sure
crazy
win.
long sniper shots, yeah. But we can actually talk more about Battlefield when we get to Mid-Show Madness, because we have a lot to talk about because Gamescom happened. But speaking of that, Adam, anything else about Call of Duty?
I believe that is it.
Cool. Well, then we all know what that means. Mid-Show Madness!
Help, it's happening!
All right, everyone. We're going to talk about Gamescom. Last week, we already talked about Microsoft a little bit. Obviously, it was all about the Xbox One X. I'm really curious. I noticed they already have a shortening of the name. They kept calling it the X. What do y'all think about that?
that is fucking stupid.
They should have just
on that.
They should have just kept it Scorpio.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
They should have kept it Scorpio. but-
Okay, they
the
have.
issue with Scorpio is that they can't do a copyright thing on there because there's so many things named Scorpio already.
There's nothing called X.
Yeah, I get.
I've been calling it 1X. That's
1X.
what I've been calling it.
yeah.
One X rolls on the tongue a bit better. I do like they're coming out with a Project Scorpio version of the Xbox One X.
Okay.
Has like Xbox. It has like Project Scorpio on it on the controllers. I like that.
Sounds stupid.
Yeah.
I actually already have it pre-ordered, and I checked the site just before I left this Friday, and all the pre-orders are done.
Are they
Yeah,
really?
they're already done.
Jeez.
Okay. All right. I've been wanting to wait all week to ask you this question. You already own an Xbox One, yes?
Yes, I do.
So why did you decide to pre-order the Xbox One X?
All right. Yes. I said I was going to hold off and telling you the reason why, and here's the reason. There's actually a couple different reasons as to why. First of all, it's the newest system. It has 4K capability. It has higher frame rates. It takes the old games that you have, like it's all backwards compatible, and it updates it with new graphics and everything. And another thing is my Xbox One is finally it's dying on me. It's at the end of its cycle. So instead of buying the Xbox One S, right, I just said I'll wait until the holiday season when the Xbox One X comes out, and I'll just pick that up instead for the same price.
Oh, I got you. That makes a lot. Yeah, it's convenient that your Xbox died. Do you have a 4K TV? Just curious.
Yes, I have a LG Curve.
Ooh,
Oh, nice.
Those are fancy.
So you can actually take advantage of the 4K capabilities. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's why I'm kind of like all excited about the, I get the best graphics I can on my TV. And honestly, if I plug my Xbox into the normal flat screen, my eyes, I don't know what it is. Maybe my eyes adjust so well that so fast that it just doesn't bother me anymore. But when I originally had the Curve, I was really just like, okay, something's wrong here. Then as soon as I got used to it, I'm like, this is so much better than playing on a flat screen. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, but it's because you're getting that more of the depth to it, because you're getting that little curve. You're actually physically looking out into a horizon then,
Yeah. I know gaming monitors, when they get very wide, they tend to curve them as well.
Yeah. I've actually, I know during the commercials, they were advertising a gaming monitor. It was from LG, and it was like a 49-inch gaming monitor, and it was curved.
Jesus. That's such a big gaming monitor, but that's...
Dude,
right.
I don't know. I don't even have room on my desk for that big of a gaming monitor, so...
All right, well, we're going to have to get your opinion when you actually get it and can actually mess with the Xbox One X, or the X, as everyone's calling it.
Yeah, honestly, I've posted all that pre-order stuff on, all the gaming forums on Facebook that I'm part of, and so many people are like, oh, I don't want to get it. It's not useful. Oh, I might as well just buy a PC, and I can have that PC for a lot longer. I'm like, well, I'm just putting it out there for the people who are excited for the One X.
Mm-hmm.
So, and even one of the people that were in charge of the group, he was like, he was just putting it out there for that, and he's not saying it's going to be the best thing on the face of the planet. We don't know until we have it in hands. So shut up about it. And go do something else. And he closed the chat on the chat on there. So I was like, yeah, I didn't mean to do that, man. And he's like, oh no, it's fine.
Well, so. I hope the community's welcoming. I hope this doesn't split the community between the. I mean, it shouldn't, because it doesn't have any exclusives. But yeah, I don't know.
It does have exclusives.
Well, the Xbox One X won't have any exclusives that the Xbox One doesn't have. It's just the graphics, right? I think they've been really hammering that just because you have the Xbox One X, or just because you don't get the Xbox One X, you're not going to miss out on any games. Did we lose everybody?
I'm here.
Oh, maybe we lost the Geek review. Anyway, all right. Well, we'll just.
He probably went to go watch Game of Thrones.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh no, it's all right. It's all right. We got this.
Starts at 9.
It does it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. We'll be done by then.
We'll be done by 8:30 because I got to drive across town.
Oh, dude.
I mean, if not, it's
You live next door.
I know, but I'm not watching it there. I'm going to a bigger TV.
Anyway, well, while he reconnects, we can move on to EA conference. Just some thoughts. Taff, did you manage to watch it?
I mean, like I watched like clips from I don't know what.
Did you see Star Wars Space Battles?
Yes.
Yeah, you seem excited. You started
Yeah.
bouncing a little bit.
Yeah, I saw it. It looked great. That's really all I got to say. But it looked awesome.
What?
It was a lucky tail.
Oh, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I was just about to message you from my cell phone about that I lost connection.
Oh, I gotcha. Well, we're talking about Star Wars. Actually, did you have anything you wanted to say about the Xbox One before we move on?
No, it does have some exclusives. I think the only one that I'm really excited about is probably Cuphead or even Far Cry 5. But other than that, everything else I just don't care about. So
I gotcha. Yeah, Cuphead looks
it
pretty
wasn't
cool.
very interesting to say the least.
I gotcha. Well, yeah. So back to Star Wars. Space battles. I think it's something we all wanted from the first game.
Yep.
And was disappointed that we didn't get it. Are you excited for space battles in Star Wars finally? Do you know? Oh, maybe we lost him again. The hurricane's doing damage to our internet.
Suffering thuckatash.
Yeah, but anyway, what were you saying, Taft?
I'm just really excited for it because in the Battlefront, what's it called in Battlefront 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, Battlefront 2. Space battles were freaking awesome.
Dude, yeah, we could board.
You could board the enemy ship.
Yeah.
And that was the best. And then you could
I
go
would do
inside.
that every time and take it down from the inside. It was
Exactly.
amazing.
It was great.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and I'm kind of sad we can't. I haven't seen any evidence that we can do that in this game.
I think it'd be really stupid for them not to.
Yeah.
If you could do it in a less powerful system in an earlier game, why not be able to do it now?
For real.
Yeah. But they had space battles in the game, like on the original PlayStation. I don't know. I love that part. In fact, I would say those are some of my favorite parts of that game were the space battles. And
I actually agree with that. The space battles were fun.
yeah, he's back. We got him. We got him back. They were so awesome.
Freaking Discord's acting up again.
Is it? Discord. We love it. We hate it.
Yeah.
But I have to say though, space battles look so beautiful. They look so beautiful.
The game's a beautiful game.
It's a great. The Frostbite engine is gorgeous.
It's a great engine.
You know,
Love that engine.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. Did you actually? There was one clip that I saw. Was it Slave 2? And it was dropping its mines,
Ooh.
and just that thump of the.
Slave 2 was pretty cool.
Slave 2 is a really cool ship.
It really is. It is very unique. I think his audio cut out again, but he'll pop back in when he fixes it. Slave 2 looked cool. Millennium Falcon, when I first saw it, my first thought was, that's a big ass ship. That thing's going to die so fast. But then they started talking about how the Millennium Falcon is more of a tank.
Okay.
So it sounds like they're making up for the size of how much health it has. Other than that, I mean, really got space battles. That's the majority of it. They did talk about Battlefield 1's new expansion.
Wait, the Millennium Falcon is a tank?
It's kind of a tank ship, yes. Like it has a lot of health and doesn't do as much damage.
But all throughout the movies, it was known for its speed.
Yeah, but because of how big it is, I think
Actually, let me prove you wrong on that statement
no.
right now.
Are we gonna do this, Taft?
All right, so parsecs are a measure of distance, not speed. Therefore, when they're doing they're talking about how he got from one area to another, the reason that they measure it in parsecs is because of how far you have to go outside of the range of other stars and other things like that.
Oh, interesting.
So what he's saying is I did it in so many parsecs because I drove right past a star, flipping it off, giving it the bird, and mooning it. Like he said, I don't give a fuck, and drove right past a star.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Remember when he says he always outruns Imperial Star Destroyers?
That's also because Star Destroyers are a lot slower than most smuggler ships.
And they're probably bigger, so. But anyway.
I mean, it is a very fast ship, and the speed is what helped that, but also the fact that it can actually take a punch.
I got you. Yeah, so but
It's a freighter, for Christ's sake.
So, Adam, I know it's known for the speed or whatever, but for the sake of the game, I think they have to balance with how large of a ship it is and how easy it is to hit with its
Yeah, I
hit
get
points. So yeah. Like I said, we're going to move on to some Battlefield 1. In the name of the Czar. Has anyone else played Battlefield 1?
Nope, not yet.
No.
No?
I plan on buying it pretty soon.
I know, I think the Geek Review, I think maybe we talked about it. I don't know if he's back yet. Maybe not. But I'm excited for it. I don't know if I've played enough Battlefield to justify buying the expansion. Okay, there's a shotgun you get with the expansion that if you pre-purchase, you get it, and the shotgun's stupid overpowered.
Of course.
And so everyone's going around online who's pre-purchased.
Pay to win.
Yeah, pay the win, of course. But that was really it. Need for Speed looked kind of cool. I
didn't see Need for Speed.
They just showed off more what they had originally. I watched some gameplay.
Okay.
IGN had a lot of gameplay of stuff.
Okay.
So like, go to them if you want. Even though how much I hate IGN, but
Yeah.
I'll point people their direction, I guess. I'm still excited for that. Like, you can turn any car into a supercar. That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I like old style cars. So I want to like.
You
turn some-
can't. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You can't.
You
Not,
can't?
not in those games.
In real life, maybe not. But in
no,
video
I'm
games.
saying in the video, like I've played a lot of Need for Speed, and
Yeah.
I've never been able to like get like your lower class car and turn it into like a competitive one.
That's dumb. Oh,
I mean,
well.
this might be a very different one,
They might change that. You
but
never know.
that's a big change.
Yeah, but Star Wars and Battlefield 1 really took up most of the conference. Moving on to Blizzard. I had we kind of did a predictions episode, Taft.
I didn't watch any of Blizzard. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
It was all just shorts.
Okay,
You know,
I did see a lot of shorts on there. I thought that might be from Gamescom.
their Hearthstone short was absolutely adorable, and I recommend anyone go see that. I also recommend going to see the May. They had a May short.
Okay,
That's like 10 minutes, and like a lot of work was put into
it's
that.
not a short.
Yeah, they also
for Blizzard, they introduced May's backdoor story, right?
Yeah, they showed some of May's backs. That 10-minute miniature movie.
May is the ice one, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's actually pretty cool. Good. Sad, but good.
Oh yeah, I think it explains why right now in the community, the theory is that May's like a psycho killer lady, and maybe this short explains it. All of her friends die. Spoiler alert.
Dang.
So maybe I don't know. I'm
You
not.
ruined it all. You ruined it.
Oh, spoiler alerts. Sorry.
Soiled it.
Yeah. The Hearthstone short was adorable, like I said. And that was really it. I mean, we had some Heroes of the Storm. They just kind of talked about the new event coming up. But nothing too much from that. The issue with Blizzard is that BlizzCon's in 2 months? So
they're not. Gonna
Yeah.
show much,
they're like, we're here, but we're not going to give you anything. You got to go to BlizzCon. You got to pay to see the real stuff.
Exactly.
Well, they did announce the Junkertown map.
Oh, yeah. They did announce that. That was cool. I'm excited for Junkertown.
And they're saying that the voiceover, the queen that's speaking, they're saying a lot of people are saying that's possibly going to be the new hero
Oh, really?
for the game, because one of the guys one of the people I listened to, they were theorizing that Blizzard's not just going to bring somebody in to do a voiceover just for one map. They're going to be part of this somehow.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah, like they really use all the story they can get. And there really isn't any outside unplayable character in Overwatch, is there?
Yeah, Symmetra.
Oh yeah. But yeah. I can see that. That'd be really interesting. That'd be cool because I like Junkrat and Roadhog's character. I like their backstory. So if we had more of that, I'd be okay with that. But like
I've actually been playing a lot of Junkrat lately.
it's because that buff's coming out, so everyone's playing Junkrat.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah, he's good. He was my favorite character for a little bit, for when I first started the game. He's a lot of fun. But I think that's it for Gamescom. Anyone have anything they want to talk about? Wolfenstein looked good. I'm excited for Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah.
Even though-
TwitchCon.
oh, what is TwitchCon? I'm sure Twitch did something with all their streamer buddies.
it's supposed to be October 20th through the 22nd, Long Beach, California.
Oh, okay. So they announced TwitchCon.
Yeah, no way in heck am I going to go back out to California to be disappointed again.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Mike here went to E3.
Oh, you poor thing.
yes. And I spent way too much money going to E3 this year. And I kind of got a little bit of discount because I went with my cousin.
Yeah.
He lives in California, so me and him went, and I bunked at his place. But it was just kind of like disappointing, you know. But it was also the first time they opened it to the public, so I can't really give them fault for that.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's their now they are going to learn that, hey, look, we got to introduce other things that these people can go and do, or like pick up merchandise, because they had one merchandise booth. I'm telling you, and I went in there and I talked to one of the employees, and they said, we're already selling out of T-shirts. We don't even have enough ordered.
Dang.
That's how big, like, they were totally unexpecting the crowd that they were getting in. They had a crowd out the door just to get into the place.
Nice.
So
I gotcha. Well,
and
hopefully
the hours that they were keeping were bad also, but not really going to get into it. If you guys want to know more, you can actually check out my podcast of E3. It's on the geekreview.podbean.com, also on iTunes.
Yeah.
So,
and but we'll be sure to give that away also at the end so everyone can remember, because there's some good stuff over there. But let's talk about what games we're playing.
What games are we playing?
All right. Who's going first?
I'll start it off.
All right, Taft.
All right, so I've played 2 games that I have not ever I don't think I've ever talked about on the podcast before.
Oh.
Actually, I probably have, but I've probably talked about one of them. But I picked up my copy of Fable 3.
Oh, rest in peace, Lionhead.
Yeah, rest in peace. I don't know why, I just had the urge to play it, so
It's a good game.
I popped it in and started playing.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah. It's not as good as Fable 2 though.
Yeah.
I decided I was gonna do like a good playthrough, and but at the end I was gonna like not go bad, but I was gonna like save up enough money to save like all my people, because just the way you have to do it. If you have like 6.5 million people in the kingdom, and this thing's coming, and if you don't have 6.5 million, like for every gold you're missing, somebody's gonna die.
Wait,
because like
what?
there's this big war coming, and that's just
Okay.
how they say how many people die. And then it goes like, okay, you have 121 days till that comes. All right, awesome. I'm gonna do this mission, and then I'm gonna start saving up money and stuff like that. So I do the mission, and then it jumps forward 121 days, and I had no money.
Oh, no.
No, I had $0.
Did everyone die?
Every one of them.
Oh, that's so sad.
Ooh.
oh, that hurts.
So I was so pissed off. I quit. I didn't even finish it. I was like, are you serious? You jump almost half a year. You jump 4 months. What kind of bullshit? I was pissed.
It's 4 months to save money, and they were like, no.
So to blow off some steam, I decided I was gonna go ahead and play Halo 5.
Nice.
So I'm playing Halo 5 right now.
Multiplayer or story mode?
I just started story mode.
Nice. Have you played it before?
No, I've
No?
never played Halo 5 before.
I couldn't finish it. I was
I've
like,
not
screw
played
this.
it. I hate Spartan Lock already though.
No, wait. I never played Halo 5. I couldn't get through 4.
4 was okay. It took a minute to get into, but once you got into it, it was good. But I hate Spartan Locke. He's a piece of crap, and I hope he dies.
All right. Well, let's see if he dies at the end.
Let's hope.
Yeah. Who wants to go next? Mike, you want to go?
Sure, why not?
All right.
So, if anybody listens to my podcast, I actually picked up the Oculus Rift recently, and so with the Oculus Rift, there came like a number of free games, but the one game that I was actually most excited to play was actually a game that I played during PAX East this past year, and it was Robo Recall. And so I've been playing a little bit of that, trying to get. I've had some audio issues with recording, so I only have one episode up. So I got to backtrack and do like episode 2 and 3 for that. I picked up Players Unknown Battleground. I played with you guys last week. I've been playing Battlefield 1, Minecraft, Titanfall 2. those are kind of like my multiplayer weekends with my buddies.
Mm.
And that's pretty much it. I've been actually jumping around a lot with games. I've been playing Overwatch and what else? Far Cry. Forgot which one I was playing. Primal. So
yeah, I noticed before November in that big release window, I also jump around just because there's not much being released right now.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's the slow time, and a lot of people are doing all the updates now and everything.
Yeah,
so
exactly. But how is the Oculus Rift? Are you liking it?
Yeah, I'm actually liking it. I actually joined not really joined, but I went and got a free online group. It's called like All Star.
Yeah.
Right, and that's everybody that has a headset, VR headset, HTC Vive, Oculus, the Samsung, and so on and so forth. And they can all go and interact with each other. You know, it's just a community. I like going on there, talking with people, but I feel I never tried any other VR headset besides the PlayStation. And the PlayStation one I didn't like because of just how heavy it is. But the Oculus, I like it because it's light.
Mm.
I do only recommend like an hour of playtime just because you start sweating pretty badly.
Oh, yeah?
And yeah, you start sweating and it's just like you keep taking off your the headset and cleaning the lens and putting it back on. Then the game has to, like, it pauses then unpauses and it kind of throws you off and everything. So
dude, Robo Recall looks like fun.
Oh, it is so much fun. But it's honestly, with all the VR games that I've tried so far, they're very short stories. Like they have some replay value with like, oh, you can complete this mission in a certain amount of time, you get points.
Yeah.
Or you can find this hidden key or something like that. But it's very like, you know, but like 5 or 6 levels and that's it. So there's not really too much to the VR as of yet. But I've been enjoying the Oculus Rift.
Nice. How does
see? I'm spoiled with my VR expectations because I'm a huge fan of Sword Art Online.
Oh my god.
Oh no, yeah, I agree. I actually started watching Sword Art online, but yeah, it's the highest selling point is that you get to have fun, but the lowest selling point is that if you're the only one with it, it's kind of boring to play by yourself.
Oh,
yeah.
Because a lot of the games, it's like, oh, compare it to your friends. Well, if you don't have any friends, you can't compare gamer points. It's not like a Steam or Xbox or PlayStation where you can look at your buddy's profile and be like, haha, I got more points on this game than you do. You know, it's just and there's not a lot of games where you're interacting on multiplayer. It's like a lot of these small communities, like one community is called like the Rec Room, and they have like games like paintball and stuff you can play with other people. But again, people you don't know and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I imagine the community right now is mostly enthusiasts, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm actually pretty much hearing and seeing. It's a lot of these people that pretty much have that disposable time and like, yeah, well, I'm just going to put it on. The one admin that I was talking to on All-Star, they said their whole community almost got shut down because they didn't have enough money because they were putting it up for free.
Oh,
but
dang.
they're going to be part of like Maker Faire and everything, so they're hoping to get more people to join.
That's cool.
So,
Nice. Any other games in VR you've been playing? I'm curious. Does Minecraft support VR yet? I know there's
Minecraft does support VR. It's the Minecraft 10 edition.
Oh yeah.
So yes, I got a little sick playing it.
Oh really?
Yes, because they give you 2 options of playing. One is just like the standard, you sit at the computer and you play like a computer game, right? The other version is where you're actually the character. So
and you have to punch all the trees yourself.
Well, they have all like the trigger systems and everything. So you just hold the trigger and it punches the tree.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. When you're moving your character around you moving it with the thumbstick, it's just your body feels like it wants to move, but it's not moving.
Oh,
And it just causes that like nauseating feedback on yourself.
I
So you're
can
just like,
see the issue.
Yeah, and I don't have Minecraft 10 on my computer. I actually play on Xbox with my buddies. So I have the 30-day free month, but I'm like, I'd rather be playing with my friends, and I don't know how to get onto these pages or whatnot regarding that.
Yeah,
but I do like how they have that you can actually play your Xbox through the Oculus Rift.
that's cool.
Yes, it's actually pretty cool. I tried to stream a little bit with For Honor. I was playing For Honor and I was streaming, and some guy came on. He's like, "Oh, dude, you shouldn't be streaming this. Turn it off. You'll get banned from YouTube." Then I went to go and like message the guy. I was like, "Why?" And there was like no message to like message him back. So I'm like, okay, forget it. I'm going to continue what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So
I think you can stream For Honor. I see people do it all the time.
Yeah, no, I don't know if it was just because I was streaming through the Oculus Rift.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was giving it from the Oculus Rift perspective. Basically, you can you're in like either a small house or like a tower or some like a dome in outer space, and it gives you a cool perspective, and you can many times enlarge the screen you're playing on, so it's like you're playing on a movie theater screen. So that's how much better you're sitting there and playing the game. So
that's cool. Anything else you've been playing you want to share?
I played, I Expect You to Die, which is basically it's a short 6 level game. Basically you're a spy.
Okay.
And you got to go and solve a puzzle so that you don't die. So, like one of the levels, you're on a submarine, and you basically got to get or not submarine, like a escape pod, and you got to get back to the surface. And the screens, the glass is cracking, and the air is being pumped out, and you got a fire breaking out. And
oh no!
You got hand grenades on on there, and yeah, it's pretty. When you get into that situation, you're like, "What am I doing? What am I doing? Or why do I have a grenade in my hand?"
That sounds like fun.
It does get fun. So
I imagine that can be pretty intense in VR.
Yeah, because you're trying to look. It's not like in a normal game where you just you use the thumbstick or you use your mouse and you like look in the direction. You physically got to turn your head to look in the direction you're looking. So if you're not paying attention to something behind you, it's just like even in Robo Recall, I've died sometimes from getting shot in the back because I wasn't paying attention to things behind me. And it doesn't give you the hit markers in most games either. So all you know is you're getting hit from where you have no idea.
I got
so.
Well, you know what that reminds me of? Player Knows Battleground, which I've played a lot this week. And that's something I always complain about is, when I'm getting shot at, I don't know where from because there's not a hit marker. And I always say, if the game is as hardcore as they want it to be, if I get shot in the side in real life, I feel like I'm going to know I got shot in the side.
Well, I've actually, from the little experience I had with the game, I noticed that you can, if the person who's shooting at you misses you, you can kind of trace to where they're shooting from because how the dust gets kicked up from the ground. So
also sound plays a big role in that game.
Yeah, you really got if you have a good headset, like I got a Turtle Beach headset.
Yeah,
you can really hear where it's coming from.
Yeah, the lefts and rights get important.
Yeah, I love using it for my shooters because I'm getting shot from over there, and I don't even have to look at the hit marker. So
yeah, I've also played some World of Warcraft this week. I kind of transitioned into myself. I don't know if y'all noticed. I did. I was pretty proud of that. But now as I draw attention to it, I destroy everything I've built. I played a little bit of World of Warcraft. I recently got a friend hooked on the game, hopefully, and I have been nourishing his addiction like a drug dealer.
Nice. Trying
to build him into hopefully he loses sleep at night. He knows who he is, but I am his drug dealer and I'm nourishing his addiction. But that game is fun. I forgot how early on I quit into Legion. So I've been really gearing up, trying to get ready for the new content that drops on the 29th. It's like the final big patch of Legion. So I'm excited for that, and I'm just trying to get geared up so I can participate. And I got
what's the Legion one?
it's 7.9, no 7.3. We're going to Argus, the Legion homeworld, so that we can take on the Legion itself. Because the thing is, when the Legion dies, they don't actually die. They go back to some void somewhere on Argus where they can be reborn. So if you actually kill them on Argus, they actually die. And so I think they're kind of bringing the Legion to the ultimate close here, and it's going to be exciting. And I just want to have good gear so I can participate.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I used to actually play World of Warcraft. So.
Yeah. When'd you quit?
Oh God. Trying to think. I think it was back in 2009 I quit. So.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Cataclysm maybe.
Yeah, it was right before when they introduced the pandas to the whole mix.
Yeah, Cataclysm. So. Cataclysm. I think they lost a lot of people. Pandaria. I think they didn't make up a lot. Anyway.
Oh yeah. After Kung Fu Panda came out, they're like, "Yeah, you're just copying that movie at this point." So.
Yeah, but World of Warcraft still a good game. Let's move on to Adam. Adam, you're gonna go last. Saving the best for last year. What'd you do?
Even though you already know what I did.
Of course. We always need a little bit of predictability on this show. It keeps us in a safe space.
So how was Zelda and Smash Bros?
Exactly. Yeah, Dino, if you don't know, that's like the only two games I play like every week.
Smash Brothers and Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Because he has a Switch, but the only other gaming platform he has is a Mac laptop, and I think from experience you should know that that doesn't really play much.
Yeah, Mac sucks.
So, well, okay, I'm curious. Why are you still playing Breath of the Wild? Like, are you not done completely?
No, I'm doing my in master mode, which I'm already done with. Which, by the way, fun fact: I have my Switch in my hand right now. Did you know that I'm looking at how many hours I've put into Breath of the Wild? It says played for 390 hours or more.
Jesus,
oh, my back hurt when you
over
said that.
10 days.
People finish that game like an hour and a half, right?
Yeah.
Those speedrunners, though. Oh my gosh, what's the math on that? 300. Okay. It's good. You can do. Okay. But yeah, that's kind of crazy. Taff needs to get going here.
Yeah.
So, but he can hop out. We
right.
already know your Twitter account.
Yeah, it's true. All right. I'll see you later. It was nice meeting you, Dino.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Nice
Bye,
meeting
everybody.
you too, man.
It's Game of Thrones or life for him.
I'm straight up holding up like 10 people watching the finale right now.
Oh, are you?
Like,
yeah.
Like that's
Well,
why.
yeah,
Like
I'm-
otherwise,
we're
like, if
already
it was
an
just me,
hour
I wouldn't
into it,
care.
you
But
know,
no, like
it's
I'm
pretty
holding up
much
like
done
10
now.
people. So it was like really nice meeting you, Dino. Hope to see you again.
Nice meeting
Bye.
you too.
Take care. Yeah, it's crazy how fast people beat that game. It's also crazy how many hours you can put into that game. What else? Okay, what's this about you getting second in the tournament, Adam?
No, I did not get anywhere near second. I went 0-2 again.
Oh, you went 0-2. I saw the 2 and assumed that I saw the word 1 and then 2, so I thought maybe you won second. And that was
I went. So I actually won a game this time, and it was it was actually awesome because I reverse Falcon punched the guy as Captain Falcon, which you don't hardly ever see. So as soon as I do it to him, he was like, "That hurt my soul," because it does. Like if you ever manage to land that, the person just clutches their chest and they're like, "Felt that in my soul."
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
was that at the LSU Gamer Club? Esports Club?
Yeah, at LSU Smash Club, they had they have weekly tournaments, usually every Friday, but they'll have a monthly, which is bigger, but they usually have the weeklies. But I finally won one this time, but I still lost both matches and my money very quickly.
Oh, it's okay. Well, if you have a gambling addiction, Adam, you know who to call.
Ghostbusters?
Hopefully not Ghost. Hopefully you know who to call if you have a gambling problem, because it seems like you go to these every time and you give them money and you never get any money back. That sounds like an issue. We might need to have an intervention. But listen, Adam.
Or I could get a job.
No, just be a pro. Just go pro with Smash. Become a streamer or something. You can do it. I'm sure you could do it. You play enough.
But see, you have to actually win against your opponent to do that.
Nah, you call yourself the I don't know, the loser Smash or something. I don't know.
Well, I think on Twitch you have to have at least 300 hours to make any monetization with them. So
it sounds like he could make some money off Zelda. He has over 300 hours. You got
I am less than 10 hours away from having put 400 hours into this game. Just think about that for a moment.
Jesus, man.
Hey, you know what? It's a good game.
I don't even put 300 hours into Assassin's Creed.
It's a good game, though. So, Adam, you know what? They're probably almost 400 well-spent hours. I think that covers everything. I think it's a show, fellas. What do y'all think?
I think so.
I think so, too.
All right. Well, if you want to contact this here show, you can actually, you know what? Mike, would you like to go first? Would you like to tell everyone where they can find you on the interwebs?
If you don't mind, I would be more than happy to.
Oh, go ahead, gentlemen. Gentle sir.
All right. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's episode of what was this called? Podcast?
The College Gamers Podcast.
The College Gamers Podcast and the Geek Review. You can check out my podcast at thegeekreview.podbean.com. That's our main podcast website. Again, that is thegeekreview.podbean.com. We are also on iTunes. We have a Twitter account, which is at the Geek Review PB. PB stands for Podbean. Don't message me at the Geek Review if that goes to somebody's account. I found that out too late. We have a group and a Facebook page, so you're more than welcome to like and subscribe to any of those settings. We are also on YouTube, where all of our weekly podcasts will be put up, as well as some additional content such as unboxings and some more of the visual appealing podcasts. Such as I Expect You to Die. I did that last week. I actually streamed that to that website, to YouTube. We are also on Discord, and we have an email. The email is thegeekreview426@gmail.com. So feel free to comment or make suggestions to that email. And we have a Patreon. That's the last thing on here. The patreon.com/thegeekreview. Any money that goes that is donated onto that website goes back into the podcast for the Geek Review, and also for my gaming channel, Command Wolf Gaming. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Awesome. If you want to contact us, just so everyone knows, I just followed the Geek Review on Twitter, the right one, the PB. So go check them out. Awesome. If you want to contact this show, you can find it at collegegamershow@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at BlueCows with a Z, BLUECOWZ. Taft is TaftFaust8. You can find Adam at
SmoothDog5.
All right. You can find us on Facebook at the College Gamers Podcast Facebook page. While you're there, the pinned post is the link to our Discord, where we're playing PlayerUnknown's Battleground. We're playing WoW. I'm going to be in Brink this week probably, so come check us out. Come say hi. It's always a fun time.
Should I make a Smash Bros. And Breath of the Wild one?
You know what? If you want to, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. Just
I have no idea how.
Do whatever you do.
Just so you know, the listeners out there, I actually followed my friend here on Twitter as well.
Awesome. And if you want to find us on YouTube, it's at Mike Gallant, because Google Plus is stupid and I can't change the name. I've tried, but
you really can't. I'll show you.
Yeah. You know what? After the show, if you want, we can figure that out, because like I've changed it before, and then it changes my name on my email, and I use my email for everything. So what you gonna do?
Oh, dude, I just created another email account. So
I gotcha. And that covers everything. So thank you all for listening. Mike, thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure having you here. I hope you join us again soon. It was awesome.
Well, thank you for letting me join in your podcast. I know we've talked about this for, I don't know, a couple months now. So thanks for letting me join in.
Awesome. Well, that's the show. Thank you all for listening, and we'll catch you all next time. Later.
Bye-bye.
You want to say something, Mike? Say goodbye.
Oh, goodbye.
This has been a Blue Cow Radio production. Find more at bluecowradio.com.
Moo. And that's a show.